So good to have you with us, everybody. This is your host, Jim Masters. Welcome to what we call Lovity Hall. This is the Jim Masters Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series. We are excited to welcome our next guests here to the broadcast, Jennifer and Michelle Steffin. You know them probably from the days of good old Little House on the Prairie, the beloved series for so many years on NBC. Karen Grassley, Michael Landon, Melissa Gilbert, Melissa Sue Anderson, and Allison Arngrim, and Dean Butler, and the whole gang, Charlotte Stewart. Several have been guests here on the Jim Masters Show Live series. Matter of fact, Karen Grassley, who played Ma Ingalls, she's been a guest on our show. If you didn't see that episode, you can see it archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Dean Butler was just here recently as well. We had a great conversation with Dean, and he was sharing his new book. Allison Arngrim, of course, who played Nellie Olson, she's been with us several times. And if you didn't see the recent episode when she was a guest on our show, check that out on our YouTube channel as well. Charlotte Stewart, Mrs. Beadle, she was with us a couple of times as well. Wendy Lou Lee, of course, was with us, and so many other fabulous people from Little House on the Prairie. And now we are welcoming Jennifer and Michelle, who played young Rose Wilder. Not only did they grace us with their wonderful talent on Little House on the Prairie, I know we're focused on that, but they've also had opportunities to be in other things tied into the Little House on the Prairie theme and franchise. Of course, this is such a beloved series, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. They've been going across the country. They've been having cast and fan meetings and events, and it's been really quite a celebration. And Simi Valley and the Northeast and the South, they've been going everywhere, and it's been really extraordinary, and people have just been absolutely loving it. Matter of fact, I saw it at one of the events, and the lines, I'm talking about lines and lines and lines of people driving from, hundreds of miles away. I met somebody who flew in from Chicago just to be at one of the events in Connecticut. People love Little House on the Prairie. It's easy to see why. It's wholesome, it's family, it's great values, it's a lot of fun, it's a great storyline, of course, based on the book, and it was on for so many years, and all of these incredible iconic characters still reminisce, still engage with their fans. They still celebrate the iconic series, and of course, everything that went along with it. All the humor, all the very dramatic stories, all the lessons learned in the series as well. They also had opportunities to be a part of Little House on the Prairie, The Last Farewell. You may remember that. And also Bless All the Dear Children. And in addition, another beloved series from Michael Landon, who just had a real knack for capturing the essence of love and kindness, empathy, humanity. Highway to Heaven, of course, which is another, Victor French, of course, as well. That was a tremendous series as well on NBC. They had an opportunity to be a part of that. And also another great series, Airwolf. Remember Airwolf as well? Another great series too. So, they've graced us with several years of terrific entertainment. And Jennifer and Michelle, of course, are twins. Matter of fact, I had a wonderful opportunity just a few short weeks ago to be in their presence and to chat with them and have a laugh or two with them and meet them. And I have to tell you, they are the sweetest. They are kind, they're funny, they're very professional. They love their fans. They're very gracious. I saw so many people lined up just to say hello, just to want to talk with them and share their memories of Little House on the Prairie. And of course, young Rose Wilder. That's the role they played on Little House on the Prairie. We had a wonderful chat as well, and it was really several minutes, and I really appreciated it. And we were chatting at that time about them also joining us here as guests on the Jim Masters Show Live series. And they were familiar with the series. Of course, they know some of the other guests who have been on the series, Allison Arngrim, Charlotte Stewart, Dean Butler, and the others. And they were so gracious to say, we would absolutely love to come on the show, Jim. So they are with us and joining us in just a second. This, again, was just a couple of weeks ago with Jennifer and Michelle. And I tell you, they are such nice ladies. They really, really are. and just seeing them engage with their fans was such a beautiful, beautiful thing. As I mentioned, not only was Allison Arngrim, who played Nellie Olson, a guest on the Jim Masters Show live series several times, we had an opportunity to chat with her as well, and she is a real hoot. We love Allison, and recently we had an opportunity to meet and chat with Dean Butler. So they've been guests on our series, but also we got a chance recently to meet them in person and have some terrific conversations, a little shop talk too, since you guys know I work in television and radio. So we talked a little bit about the crazy business that we're in and all. And of course, the wonderful Charlotte Stewart. I tell you, she was so amazing as Miss Beadle. And I was blown away. She tilted her head onto my shoulder, and I was like, oh my God, Miss Beadle has her head on my shoulder. I'm now reverting back to my childhood. It reminds me of the time when Florence Henderson actually sat on my right knee during this photography session that was happening. I tell you, it's very easy to go back to your childhood when you have an opportunity to chat with some of these amazing people, like Wendy Lou Lee, who was a guest on the Jim Masters Show series, had an opportunity to meet and chat with her recently as well. Mitch Vogel, of course, you know, from the iconic series. He was a real gentleman and a fabulous guy. And again, you know, so many great photos over the years and so many great memories. Young Rose Wilder on that great series. And they've been so generous to share some very special moments from Little House on the Prairie and also Airwolf and also Highway to Heaven that we're going to share with you here exclusively on the Jim Masters Show live series. So again, new friends made, Jennifer and Michelle. They are tremendous talents. They are warm-hearted, kind people. And it really is an honor and a pleasure exclusively to welcome them to the family, the Levity family, as we call it, which is Love and Levity here on the Jim Masters Show. Yeah, here they are with me, and here they are right now with all of us, Jennifer and Michelle. Welcome to the show, ladies. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for having us.
The pleasure is all mine. And boy, wasn't that a great time? I mean, you guys were real troopers. You said hi to, you know, I came over just to say hi. I didn't want to really take too much time from everybody because you had lines of people, everybody did, to say hello, to, you know, do autographs, photos, all kinds of things. And you couldn't have been more gracious to all the super fans. And that's something that you guys really enjoy doing.
Yes, we enjoy seeing our fans and getting to talk one-on-one and hear how they love the show over the years. Even though we may not remember much, but we watch the series ourselves and get caught up on all the different episodes. And it's a great time to see the fans. And some of them actually have seen us a couple times at different things. So it's a pleasure to talk to them and, of course, you know, meet you as well at Connecticut.
You know, it's really amazing. You know, you were so young playing that role, the both of you. But when you look back at it now and you see now they're celebrating 50 years of this iconic, beloved series, does it surprise you? Is it amazing? You know, you were a youngster at that time doing what you did. And at this time now, all these years later, to see the fervor, the fanfare, the love for each of the cast members for one another, the respect everybody has for everybody's talent, but also the outpouring of love and support for the series and for all of you, whether somebody had a short part on the series or they were a part of the series from the beginning. There's anything to do with Little House on the Prairie, people can't get enough of, right?
Agree. It was a pleasure to be there. To us, not remembering who we were with on the show, to actually like be at these events and get our chance to talk to them, but also see the fans being excited to meet everyone. And I appreciate all of them for coming out.
So let's go back in time a little bit. How did it come to pass that you guys ended up on that iconic series? Had you done commercials or other things prior to then being on this major network series as young Rose Wilder? What is some of the trajectory and some of your path early on that obviously your parents guided you on? What was that like early on for you, even before and leading up to the opportunity on Little House on the Prairie?
Well, from like helping writing, we're in the process of writing a book with our mom and dad, and her, like, she took notes, and then she's also going back and writing key little sentences to each photo that we have. So, but she used to sit with us on her laps watching the show, and then she was part of the Mothers of Twins Club, helping another lady looking for children actors for scenes. And the lady asked her, well, why don't you take your twins to go interview? And that started the story.
That
We
is,
were only two and
that
a
is
half.
cool. That is so cool. Yeah, say that. What were you saying?
I said we were only 2.5 when she took us for the audition, so that's how quickly we got on it.
Would she describe you as energetic and rambunctious and curious kids?
Curious, friendly,
Wanting to talk to people, so they liked us, so that we were easygoing and being around us. So I think that what helped in the last 2 TV movie episodes that we were on.
As you've watched the series back over the years, again, you're talking 2.5, not knowing, what was happening at the time necessarily, but doing what had to be done. I mean, you were skilled professionals at a very young age already. When you watch the series, the episodes that you were in, as well as just the series, what are some of the feelings you get about the series, and now really understanding the message and the moments, the tender moments, the funny moments, the crazy moments? You can really see why people are so attached to the storyline and the characters. It really was a piece of television magic, wasn't it?
It was, watching it now, you get to see an actual closeness of a family, and which draws many people who don't have that type of life. They didn't get to be in a loving family like we are. So watching the show brings them into that world. I'm trying to word it in a way.
Values, faith,
Values.
it brings everything together. There's always ups and downs, but there's always that community and family on the series. I think that what more shows need to have nowadays.
Exactly. That's another thing that a lot of people are saying, is that these shows like Little House on the Prairie and the Waltons and some of the other series of our time are so warm, and there was this empathy and compassion and understanding of, the human condition, that people, as fast paced and crazy that the world seems to be now, people are craving more of a simpler time, and when people talked to one another and hugged one another and cared about one another, and it wasn't such a rush. And I think, because that series lasted so many years on NBC, and then reruns and DVDs and streaming and all the things and all the packaging and branding and goodies that come with it, it's something that has been a part of not only American culture, but seen internationally for such a long time. It's, you obviously took on that role, young Rose Wilder, which was really a very special role and very cute. And I think people really, just like with Wendy Lou Lee, you guys there was a real affection for your characters, and you probably feel that. I know Wendy has mentioned it probably to you guys, and she sees it, being a baby on that series. You probably feel that affection people have, especially because you were children at that time.
Yeah, we had in Simi Valley someone come up to our mom sitting next to us saying, "We still imagine them as little girls. It's weird seeing them as adults now."
That's right. I know. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for the kids to come running out, right?
Right.
They forget that you're. So that series, again, being as iconic as it is, we have some wonderful photos that we were going to sprinkle in a little bit here, and maybe you can do a little narration from some of these beautiful photos we have. Look at that cutie there, huh?
That was actually me.
Wow.
But we use it together because we played the same character. So
Played the same character.
And that's Michelle. So Michelle's on with the darker blue shirt. If you're looking at us, I'm with the red shirt, Jennifer.
Right, in case anybody.
Oh, we saw the comment.
It's kind of like, well, a lot of shows are what was it? It's a Full House had the Olsen twins, and then I believe Bewitched with Tabitha, Erin Murphy, I think, had a twin sister as well, and that was a terrific idea because there's a certain amount of hours you could be on set and all that, but if one was ill or grumpy or tired or just was called away, you have the other one who took the role. So how did it work with you guys? How did they rotate you? How did they use you guys? We both got to be Rose. How did that work sort of behind the scenes for the viewers who are like, how did they actually do that on television?
For the most part, whoever was brought to or called to the scene would do their scene. If they were able to get it done, then they would continue to the next scene or the next part of it. If one of us was grumpy or upset or whatever, then they would swap out for the other twin, or if they were tired, that's usually how it was working from what Wendy said. And then from Jennifer Donati Coleman, who played baby Rose Wilder with her sister Sarah, that's what she remembers her mom saying too. So twins works out because one could do so many either hours or so much of it, and then if that one's done, then they bring in the other one.
Makes total sense. Exactly. It's a really smart idea. So it keeps the production going and flowing and timely, because time is money for sure. Here's a cool shot that you guys sent along.
So this is when Melissa would come to the dressing room and play with us. So I believe this scene, from what our parents said, was she's playing London Bridges and having us go under her kicked up leg.
And look at the smiles on your faces. You're having a good time.
Yes.
Has we've seen you, of course. The fans have seen you at events, and there's been reunions and different things that have happened post the series. Do you, other than, of course, the cast events and the meets and greets and appearances, which they're doing a lot of this year and looking into doing more of next year as people celebrate Little House on the Prairie, do you individually stay in touch with each other, like Allison and Charlotte and Melissa and Wendy and the others? Does the cast pretty much, as best as you can, because you have your own lives and your own responsibilities, but does everybody sort of try to stay together as best as possible?
More now. Like we're on a group chat that it's hilarious sometimes. It's like I have to mute it at work because it's like we're all talking at the same time. So it's like numerous notifications coming through at one time.
We try to check in once in a while through that group chat or individually, but like you said, we're all busy. We all have our lives that we're trying to do. Some of us have younger kids, some of us have older kids, or we work our 8 to 5 jobs Monday through Friday. So we're kind of busy, but we're trying to also get in touch with our fellow castmates or family, as we call each other.
That's a beautiful thing, because it's a whole other, as you have your own lives, there's a whole other thing that's happened with Little House on the Prairie. As you see, Allison Arngrim is always talking to the fans and online and at all these book signings and appearances, and she's really fully embraced that character of Nellie, and she has the book. What is it? Confessions of a Prairie Bitch, and I Survived Nellie Olson. That's the title of it. So she's really embraced the character, and that's something that the two of you have done as time's gone on as well with that cute Rose Wilder character.
Yes, I mean we would have gone. We were invited a couple times years ago, but I think it fell through, or they didn't have enough room for all the cast. But we just started doing the events within the last about 9 months, we finally got invited. But back in 2004, we were invited to just a cast mini reunion together. So that's the last time we saw most of the characters, and some for the first time, like Allison and Charlotte and a few others.
So when you saw them that first time, having known what they've done and seeing them, obviously on episodes and things of that nature, even though you're actresses yourselves and you've been on major television series, whether for a short time or a longer time, and in those post-season movies, was there any starstruck feeling too? Because these are some of the people that were, you're on the show, but yet you're a kid, but yet then you see these other people and you're like, oh, that's so-and-so and that's so-and-so, even though you're on the same show as them. But again, you were kids. Were you a little starstruck seeing them when you did?
Of course. We were fangirling, as they call it.
In Simi Valley and in Connecticut, there was a couple extra cast members that joined us. So it was, like you said, fan-struck ourselves because, we've seen them on TV, but now we're seeing them in person and we know.
And our dad's in the comments commenting back too.
Matthew too, as well.
Yes.
Matthew, a lot of people saw Matthew, and he had lots of lines wrapped around. It was a long wait, and Allison too, and all of you. It was kind of cool how they did have it sort of set up where you can see the different people, and then you were there. You were next to Charlotte.
Yeah.
And Charlotte was wonderful because she was a guest on the show, and I met her husband, who was a sweetheart of a guy.
Yes.
And then Charlotte and I it was immediate, and we were laughing and chatting because she had just been on the show again only a matter of a month or so ago. And it was really, such a beautiful thing. Oh, yes. Desiree's here. A couple of comments coming in from our viewers.
Oh, yes, my
and
daughter,
outside
Desiree.
of this, so this is, who is this?
My daughter, Jennifer.
Oh, that's your daughter, Desiree.
Yes.
And then our dad's in there too.
So that's the Desiree we were chatting with earlier today. And outside of this, Michelle generally always has star jewelry on, mostly a special star necklace. Are you wearing that now?
I'm wearing one. I have two different ones on actually today. There's one that has the 4-leaf clover in it. And then I got one for Christmas that my son's dad got me, and it's 2 stars.
Well, I tell you, the Irish in me loves that Irish
We're Irish,
4-leaf
too.
clover. Yes, I could tell. See, that's why we automatically bonded when we did.
And I have tattoos on me.
You do as well. And
Yes.
David, so this is Dad?
Yes, that's her dad. David.
Welcome. Dad is now a Jim Masters show lovety. And yes, it was difficult to tell which was which oftentimes, especially looking at older photos. Sometimes it takes a minute.
Yes. Like even watching or looking at photos, we're constantly asking which one it is.
Mom, which one? Or Dad, which one it is?
Oh, so you're even asking
Yes.
them who is who of yourselves? Like, is that me or is that her?
Yes.
Because they're right. Because the uncanny resemblance is so extraordinary.
And we're identical twins, so it's kind of a little bit harder because we're so identical. To a couple things are a little bit different over the years, but especially when we're about that age, it's a little harder.
You're exactly right. And thanks everybody for the birthday wishes. Yesterday was my birthday, and we had a wonderful, beautiful
happy
day.
Happy birthday again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all the great comments that are coming in here from everybody watching. And
there was a good one above, but I didn't. It was about asking if we have children, if we have.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Yes. Do you have children, and do you want them to get into the television business? And
mine's the youngest, and he will be 6 in January.
Desiree, my daughter, she's 20, will be 21. She's more of our social media manager, everything that we need to figure it out. My son, Austin, who's going to be 19 in December, he's actually going to college for theater and drama. Because he took all 4 years in high school and he's moved on. So it's helped him be more sociable and active and talking. So I can't wait to see what lies in the future for him.
Now, have they seen the series, the episodes that you've been on, but also the series as a whole and the other characters?
Yes, we're constantly, if we see it on live, we'll go ahead and turn it on in the back, like, so we could all watch different episodes. I restarted since, I think, before Simi Valley, starting the whole series over. So I haven't had time lately, but I got up to, I think, almost halfway through season 6, but we'll put it on even though I'm still trying to get caught up again.
Wow. That's, and they must be like, wait, that's you guys on there.
Actually, my daughter, when she was younger, and she could contest to this, she used to think it was her because at that time she had the similar haircut with the long hair and the bangs too.
What Desiree says here in comments, my goodness, I still call Michelle mom sometimes on accident. It's hard even now sometimes.
Especially if we have our hair up and we have her in a ponytail and from be quick behind. Yeah, it happens.
So you guys must have some fun with that. I could see
Not
how
on
you could.
purpose.
Not on purpose.
That's what's funny. Is like we get asked that question all the time. Do you guys?
People probably
switch?
think that, right? That you'll run with, if somebody thinks they're talking to one and telling you these things, you'll go along with it, and then they realize at the end, wait, that wasn't that person, it was the other one. I know probably a lot of people do that, but you're good about, hey, I'm Jennifer, I'm Michelle, right?
Yes.
We give each other the credit that they deserve.
You know, we've always heard about the deep love and connection and bonding that is very hard to put in words that twins have. Sometimes you can finish each other's sentences, sometimes dressing alike, different things, fun things like that. But it really is something that is very hard to describe, right? That connection that is absolutely extraordinarily deep.
Yes.
Yeah, because in high school, they were doing blood donation, and I was just sitting in class, and I was feeling like I had a needle and blood being taken out.
And there's been procedures that we've had or done over the years that we could feel each other. Like, are you in pain? Are you okay?
I'm sorry if you felt that.
I've heard that, right? It's uncanny, and it's really absolutely amazing. And no, that's absolutely a beautiful connection, and it's a very special thing that you guys have that is unique to each other, which I think is really rare. Here's another great photo.
That would be me, Jennifer, at the end of Bless All the Dear Children.
You know, Victor French's son was there recently, and I believe it was his wife as well. And when you walk in the room, you think it's Victor, even though Victor we've lost. He's passed, unfortunately. But Junior, I mean, he looks and sounds just like his dad, huh?
It's Victor Allen, so that it's not Junior, but yes.
Right.
He was there, and his sister, who is also a twin, she has a sister named Kelly. Tracy was there, and she's gone a couple of events as well. But Victor Allen was actually a stand-in double for his dad on the series, and was on both of our episodes that we were on when we were doing shooting.
That is so cool. That is wonderful. It was nice meeting them too. Such nice people. Everybody was nice. Look at this shot. Now, in this one, Shannon Doherty, who we just lost, people know from Beverly Hills 90210 and other things, but they might have forgotten that she made appearances on the series as well. Tell us about this photo. It looks like Melissa is holding one of you.
I believe it's myself. Yes, Shannon Doherty played Jenny Wilder.
Yeah.
On the series, she loved us, from what our mom said, would always want to, come around us as well on the set when we were filming.
Exactly.
We all miss her. We wish we would have been able to get together again before she passed.
Right. I know there was hope. Everybody praying, of course, and she sadly missed. And we actually dug this photo out to surprise you guys, but I think, if I'm correct, your mom is on set, and it's sort of one of those, behind the scenes set shots. And I think she's lifting maybe Michelle off
Yes.
carriage or something there.
Yes.
That's a very cool scene. You could see everybody watching. You could see crew and
And I think Victor's
production
in front of the
people.
guy with the white pants too.
Right. So you're there and your mom is there, right?
Yes.
She's in the white shirt that's grabbing her.
That's with the arms up grabbing.
Yes. Correct.
Wow. That's incredible. That's a great shot, to see her there. And
They have a lot of photos.
Which will be in our books once we get it all put together. So it's a lot of behind
yeah.
photos with what our parents remember being on the set. That's what we're typing up, and hopefully we'll get put together.
Now that we have more time.
Now we have time.
Right. And your mom's name, Joanne?
Yes,
Joanne.
Joanne.
Yes, Joanne. So definitely, as we say here at the Jim Master Show, we're going to keep the porch light on for you too. And when that book is come back, and we'll celebrate the book. We'll talk about the book. Love
have
to
them with us.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be beautiful to have them, because the stories, what a blessing for them as well to see this happen to the two of you. They helped facilitate it. But now when that series is on, their daughters are on that series, and they got to be on set and meet, these people, Karen Grassley, Michael Landon, and all the others, the production team, the camera people, and, working in television myself, as I always say, it takes a village. It takes everybody has their role and their part, and you got to plug in all those puzzle pieces to make it all work. And in this case, your mom's right there to make sure you guys are happy, and making sure that her daughter comes right off that carriage, right into her loving arms. That's a loving mom. And I know I have one too. So I know what that's like. If you have supportive family, which you do, and my family and I are as well for each other, there's absolutely nothing better. Look at this shot here.
That is myself, Jennifer, and that's on the last farewell behind the scenes. Of course, it's after they blew up the town. It's between, I believe, takes. So that's myself, Melissa, Shannon Doherty, and then Richard Balls on the other side. Richard Ball, sorry.
Wow, that's amazing, huh? Jeez. And when the blowing up of the town was quite an episode, quite a thing. It reminds me of how people reacted when the house burned down on the Waltons. When that house, there was an episode where the house went on fire and burned down. Those are, those kinds of shows, and the shows of that day, when they aired on television and these kinds of episodes happened, people would talk about it for weeks at work, at school. These were like events. It wasn't just like a show that's, on and passes by and nobody remembers it. There's so much stuff on now. There's like 9 million channels, and just sometimes they go blur. But back then, when these shows were on, these were like epic events when, it's like the crowd that follows soap operas. They know they can tell you when the living room's been remodeled in somebody's house on a soap opera. They're very, very, passionate about it. And these stories are, true Americana in so many different ways. Now there's with Dean and Melissa. Look at that shot.
That's also myself, Jennifer. I believe after we all walked down the walkway, and then we were all in front of the wagon.
Now, your father says, I love this, they had their own unique language as toddlers before talking. They carry on each in their own crib, jibber jabbering. I love that expression. I've heard that one in years. Jibber jabbering. Some serious conversations you ladies had as well. It'll be in the book. Those conversations will be translated to adult and in the book. It'll be in the jibber jabbering section. Right? That is funny. But they were listening. Good question. Oh, also Scrabble during a break.
Oh, during that picture that was behind the scenes take. Where Melissa and Shannon Doherty.
Oh, yes.
Scrabble, after all.
Oh, really?
That's what, yes.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Is that this shot?
No, it's the later on.
when they're sitting down.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, this one?
Yes.
Oh,
You
wow.
can't see it because of the chair, but
So
yes,
Scrabble's happening in front of that umbrella and everything?
Yes.
Wow, that's cool. That is cool. I think somebody also wanted to know something. Oh, yeah. A lot of people know, but for those who don't, where the show was actually shot, the house,
A couple of different places, actually.
Right.
So Simi Valley. Then there's the Disney Ranch, Tucson, and Tombstone. And then I think there's
some other episodes were filmed up in Sonora, California, and maybe a couple others, but ours was mainly to the Disney Ranch, Simi Valley Big Sky Ranch,
MGM.
and then MGM
and Paramount.
Paramount,
the studios.
It's sad to see some of the studios, they're closing and like CBS Television City and Paramount now is going to be wrapping some things up. And I think it's the Columbia/Warner Ranch that has been torn down for the new studios, high tech offices. And that's where Bewitched was, and the I, Jimmy Genie house, and Hazel, and Father Knows Best, and Dennis the Menace. That whole, you almost wish that there's a way they could somehow preserve those facades and move them to a museum or something, but it's probably cost prohibitive. But so much of it is evaporating, so it's the memories and the film itself that is what's carrying a lot of it on. But you were just at the Simi Valley event as Little House on the Prairie celebrates its 50th, which is so hard to believe. I've heard that the Simi Valley event was very special and the turnout was extraordinary. Just everything worked beautifully.
Yes, they still had long lines like we had in Connecticut, but it was, I don't know how to explain more
organized.
Yeah.
Had the line outside, but it was where you got in, you stood in the line. Some fans were doing in Connecticut. One would stand in line, go get the other stuff done, and go back. But we had 18,000 people in Simi Valley over the weekend, from all over the United States, all over the country, other countries.
And it was our birthday weekend that weekend too.
Wow. Yo, I remember too with the event. I mean, the location where they did it at that was it the Hillstead Museum was beautiful there. I mean, the scenery and the rolling hills and the buildings themselves, very historic and very just a beautiful town, a beautiful area. But yeah, it was very obviously very busy and a lot of people. It was unbelievable how many people came from literally. They drove up from Philadelphia and flew in from Chicago and
drove down from Canada
just to see you guys.
Wendy, or one of our fans, Wendy. She was in Simi and a couple other ones.
Exactly right. It was just the outpouring was really absolutely amazing. Got some more cool photos here. Now this we dug up. This is like a family photo, and I'm not sure if this was in Connecticut or if this was
that was Saturday in Connecticut.
And now you maybe can point out. I recognize so many faces, but maybe you can describe the fabulousness that's on the screen here.
I think we were joking about something, so that's why Allison's laughing.
Yeah,
got her in mid shot. But it's just a big family, and it's always like we're always happy to see each other, and we make it fun with ourselves, but also try to make sure that fans are well loved and seen and appreciated for their time standing in line, which you could hear us talk to most of the fans too. We just want to make sure they're seen. They know that we're see them all coming in and they're waiting. We're trying to get them through, and that was our goal for all the events that we do.
Yeah, we stayed in the room with Charlotte until her last band was done.
You guys did. You did. I can vouch for that. You did, and Allison did, and Dean Butler did as well, and what
Matthew did too. While we
Matthew, exactly. He's in the center for everybody watching. Matthew, of course, is in the center.
Right behind myself in the purple.
Yep, you can see Jennifer and Michelle there. Wendy Lou Lee is to the left of them. Charlotte To the right of them, but
behind
camera left.
Matthew is Sherry, who is Willie's wife.
That's right. And Allison, and you can see Dean Butler. And do you know some of the other names that are there? I see Mitch Vogel.
Chad
Calgill. I think I'm
Mhm.
saying his name right. He was on a couple episodes over the years. So this was his first event with us. So was Mitch
and Sherry.
And then next to Sherry is Victor Allen. And then John Kovac, who played the Wild Boy.
Tracy Savage.
Jennifer Donati is the far behind on the left, who played Baby Rose. And then Kathleen Lee Scott.
Yes. I was like trying to remember.
Right now, I can't remember the character she played.
Yeah, the character, right? Yeah.
And then to the far right in the red dress is Leslie Landon Matthews, Mike Landon's daughter,
Miss Plum.
That's right. Yeah, what a great family photo.
Pam Roy Lance, who played Sarah Carter.
This is a lot of television history in this photo here, and the fact that all of you have come together. Of course, there's a few people that have passed since, but they're in spirit and they're in memory as well. But just that so many of you have come together and did the traveling and just embracing the series and the history of it is a beautiful thing for the faithful fans and viewers and those who still support all of you today. And there you are, even, look at that shot. Somebody actually made that for you guys, right?
Eric, I cannot say his last name right.
Carry on.
He helped with a lot of the facades and the paintings with Olan Paz and the other wonderful people that helped us put together a lot of things.
That's so beautiful.
He recreated that photo, so it's actually us running down the field or the grass area, and then it's supposed to be Melissa and Dean in the wagon.
That's so incredible. It really is. And then Highway to Heaven. I mentioned Highway to Heaven, of course, another fabulous brainchild of Michael Landon and Victor French, of course, in that, his sort of his right-hand man, his buddy in that series, which was a fabulous series. That was always on in our house as well. Tell us how Highway to Heaven came about as well for you.
I believe my mom, I have to go ask her, but I believe she got another audition that she took us to. We were both supposed to be on it,
but I was too shy.
She was shy, so I ended up being the little giggling girl on Thoroughbred Part 1, which is this two-part episode that Helen Hunt was on. And it was when Victor French's character jumped over the horse stall because he was afraid of the horses, and I was the one that was giggling. So it was a quick, about 14.5 minutes or 14:45 into this episode.
But a very, very memorable giggle.
Yes, I still do the giggle.
That's right. Never lose the giggle, right? Exactly. But again, to be a part of another fabulous series like that is definitely in the history books. And Airwolf too is another one. How did that happen for you guys?
I'm assuming it was another audition, and the episode I was on was called Sins of the Past. And it's the one where his daughter passed, Ernest Borgnine's daughter passed away. So it's him reflecting on memories.
Wow. It's amazing, like you say, being on these series, and a lot of the detail comes from your mother and your father as far as how these puzzle pieces came together. With being on these iconic shows, was there always the thought to continue this and make this a full-time career, and acting is what you wanted to do, theater and other things, commercials? Or did you have other plans that you wanted to, have families and do other things?
I think my mom took us on a couple other auditions, but it didn't work out. And then we went on to going to kindergarten. And we looked a little bit different, and I had we're both tongue-tied, so we learned how to talk, but I had a little bit more of a speech impediment. But, we just focused on going to school, and then after school going to our way of being in the industries that we were in for work. And then I had my children, and then she had her son.
What are some of the other things as far as the industries that you guys have embarked on?
More work-wise, sorry.
The last 20 something years I've worked in the industrial, like the forklift, conveyor, warehouse industry. So I currently work with our younger brother at a forklift company that our team puts all the conveyors in warehouses, the Amazon warehouses.
Oh, that's
And
got
then
to be
I've been,
very, very busy with, especially with Amazon. Yeah.
Yes.
and then I've been in the medical field for going on 23 years, and for about 17 years I've been a medical biller, mental health biller.
I'm sure you're very busy with that as well. Yeah, it's great things that you guys are doing, keeping the wheels turning for all of us. Um, the other things too with the post series movies or post season movies, Little House on the Prairie, The Last Farewell. Tell us about the involvement with that and what that was like. Had to be a lot of emotion on set. I don't doubt. I mean, you're kids, but for everybody, a lot of emotion on set.
From what mom and dad and whoever was with us at the time, it was very emotional. I know in the chat, the fan groups, they talk about, were we all there when the buildings were blown up? No, we weren't. It was filmed the day before, just so that people know. Just because of liability, in case something went flying and hit someone.
Exactly. Right. Or, sometimes being a kid, they would want to run towards that and go see it up close and everything. And that would be not exactly the time to be kicking a soccer ball or something or playing frisbee. Not at all. And then, of course, this too, which people fondly remember. Tell us about what you know of from your translator, Mom. Bless all the dear children. There's Dean and there's Melissa, of course, and you guys.
Mainly that, they were all coming back to do these episodes, post-production movie episodes, and, getting back in the swing and realizing that we're older than, the end of season 9. So, of course, we kind of match both Dean and Melissa's style, so it worked out perfectly that we looked more like them for that particular 2 episodes. But from what our mom and dad say, that we were easygoing, we were able to get the scene done, the takes done in a timely fashion. That they didn't have to pull us out unless we hit the time allotted or one was fussy or whatnot. But everyone enjoyed it. I mean, we filmed those 2. I believe what Mom said, we started in August and we filmed it within 2 months, going back and forth between the different sets and everything.
That's quite amazing. Wow, that's unreal. Merlin, who's watching in Canada, she wanted to know, curiosity, have one of you ever had short hair just to be different?
Yes. I had about.
I see a hand raised there.
To the shoulder length, or I have long hair for now.
I've had red hair, burgundy, auburn.
We had highlighted hair streaks, the late 90s.
My hair is permed right now, but it's straight because I curled it. But yeah, it just changes. We go through our moods where we don't want to look the same.
For a little bit, I had purple and burgundy streaks in my hair, but they grew out, so I haven't done it again.
High school, we had the blonde streaks that was in at the time.
Late 90s.
That's right. Yeah, the sort of even years before. Exactly. Highlights.
With a pixie haircut.
I had the pixie haircut on accident for a little bit.
Oh, you did? Wow, that's so cool. We have a couple of shots too from Highway to Heaven. Look at that. There's with Michael Landon.
Yes. Behind the scenes talking to me, I believe, either before or after doing the one scene.
Wow. Yeah. That's a great shot. And look at this one.
And then see Victor French on the floor to the left. And then
Yeah.
Michael looking over everything.
What great behind the scenes photos of the making of all of it. And Michael, not that you would remember necessarily specifically because you were focusing the lines and the different things you had to do, but Michael was generally right there, right? He was, producing. He really oversaw a lot of all of it, whether it's Highway to Heaven, Little House on the Prairie, because there was a certain feeling or vibe, a certain thing that he wanted projected on those series. So he made sure that he was there, sort of guiding it along, right?
Correct. I think the only episode that he was not there was the Bless All the Dear Children, because that's when I believe his daughter Jennifer was born. So Victor French was actually directing that episode. And then Michael came on for the last farewell and directed that one.
And they were such great friends as well. We, raise a glass to both Victor and Michael, who aren't with us anymore. And look at this. This is a terrific behind the scenes shot. Look at the size of the cameras and everything, the film cameras.
Yes. We have quite a few of those behind the scenes from pretty much almost all the show's episodes that we were on.
Isn't that cool? No, and was it your parents taking, your mom and your parents taking these photos?
Yes.
Wow.
Or
Good thing they did.
And cousins that were there too.
And they had to, I think, replace one camera because it
was
stolen
out of the dressing room for.
Yeah.
So, but we would have had more pictures, but my mom, our parents have a good amount, and then we have whatever that both our grandparents had, so we accumulated over the years.
So somebody stole the camera from the Highway to Heaven set?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would not want to be that person that steals a camera from a show called Highway to Heaven.
It was actually on Little House.
Oh, it was Little House on the Prairie? Same thing. Yeah. I don't think I would. Not those shows.
Luckily, it was just that, I believe, that camera and that roll of film that was in it, because we had film, I think, before and after.
Yeah.
That was developed.
And we have some great shots that you sent along from Airwolf. Look at this.
Yeah. From what I understand, a lot of that was filmed on Catalina Island.
Mm-hmm.
At the casino too. That episode, which the casino's not even open anymore. We went years, 20-something years ago.
In 2003, we went for a cruise and got off and walked around, and then it was closed up.
Wow. And you guys grew up you're from West Covina, California, right?
Yes, when we were babies, and then we grew up in Hacienda Heights before we moved out to Montclair, California. And now a little bit more east, but we're still in the Inland Empire.
The Inland, isn't that a great description for that? I love that when I say
San Bernardino
the Inland Empire. Yes. I was on a couple of TV shoots, a lot of TV shoots. We have a lot of family and friends and all that are out on the West Coast too. And I loved when we said we're going to the Inland Empire. And then I discovered this fabulous town that we had to film, and I had to interview this person for a TV show in New York, and Temecula.
Yes.
How beautiful that is over there.
45 minutes from us.
Temecula.
Southwest.
Yeah. Yeah. So you would be, how far are you from, because so many people now live in Palm Springs.
It's about an hour.
About an hour from us.
Not too far.
No, we're near the Ontario Airport, or the San Bernardino version of LAX.
The Fontana Speedway.
Oh,
NASCAR,
yeah.
We're close to that too.
Close to that. And then, of course, there's beautiful San Diego and Laguna. Here's another great shot with the beach ball. Wow. That's great. Do you remember, I know you're talking 2.5. How old were you with Highway to Heaven? A little bit older, because obviously that came after.
So
yeah, 3 or
close to 3.5.
Any memory of that at all?
No, I think because we don't remember a lot from before kindergarten, first grade.
Yeah.
But we were on the sets quickly and off the sets, so it wasn't something we were on there quite a few episodes or years. I would love to wish we had more memories, but at least we have the pictures, at least we have our parents' stories. we have the show to watch. So that kind of refreshes or brings up some kind of similarity.
Yes, yeah, and you're a part of a rich television tradition, a rich television history, and several, Highway to Heaven and Airwolf and Little House on the Prairie are not lightweight shows. This is a lot of television broadcast history, which I've always enjoyed and revered, being a television broadcast radio guy myself too. Your dad says a bunch of the crew was carried over, which made sense.
Yes.
I always wondered that, from Little House on the Prairie to Highway to Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And they greeted all of you, the whole family, as old friends, that's a beautiful thing. And it makes it for a nice working environment, right?
Yes.
Merlin in Ontario had another question. Do you live close to each other?
Right. Yes, actually, we live together.
Actually, folks, they have bunk beds, and they still play with their Mrs. Beasley doll. My sister had the Mrs. Beasley doll, and I had the Lost in Space robot. And I still have all the Matchbox cars, Hot Wheels, and baseball cards. Still have them all.
Pretty much lived in the same vicinity for like the last, I don't know how many years. So
it's wonderful. It's love of family, and you're so supportive of one another, which I think is a beautiful thing. Matter of fact, we have some shots that you sent. That's Michelle.
We had my son next to Desiree taking the photos, and he was trying to
make us laugh.
He took a good shot. A little bit of a shadowing effect. Is that dusk? Is that sunset a little bit?
Yes, that was yesterday that we were trying to get it take better pictures because we couldn't find most recent photos that we would send. But all the photos that we sent in to you that my daughter took, she did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I would say
very
so.
Talented.
And there's Michelle and there's Jennifer. Great shots. Yeah, there's that. You can see the sun is the California sun is setting there, which is a great one. We dug this out too. This is just showing you guys, Jennifer doing her thing, parts of the meets and greets. Here's some of those other shots. So were these just taken too?
Yesterday, yes.
Just for us. You guys are real professionals. I tell you, that's Michelle, of course. And there's Jennifer. That's great. Those are great shots. The lighting is really sort of soft and muted, and the texture is really nice. It isn't just a typical photo. There's real warmth to it. It almost blends into that whole Little House on the Prairie feeling. They captured some really cool stuff there. Somebody has a good eye.
Yeah, my daughter's been going to college for photography and Photoshop right now. So that's helped. I took Photoshop in high school, but it's been 25 years since I took Photoshop.
The time goes by, right?
I did ROP in high school for photography.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys, do you write a lot? Do you journal? Have you journaled over the years?
No, I should have. I need to go back and just put memories down so that I can hand it to my son when he gets older.
So there's the book that's in the offing, and the book, are you both writing it together with your parents? Is that how it's all happened? You're all sort of
we have a
contributing?
shared Google Doc that we each are taking turns going in there and updating information.
And what's that process like? Because as you're writing it, and it's about you guys, as your parents share more and more with you of the time of the years on television, you're learning so many new things that went on that you weren't even aware of, right? That are a surprise to you.
Yeah, when I was the day I started, actually got in gear and started typing, it was the day that we found out Shannon passed away. And I was starting to type it, and I was just like, dang, I'm glad my mom has these memories, because I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known any of the information.
Correct.
Yeah, it's I like when one says correct and the other one says right, and they sort of like
Finish each other's
they can
sentences.
right, they can vouch for each other, they can confirm everything. You didn't say that. Excuse me, Jennifer, can you come in the room? I did say that. Yes, you did, Michelle. You
Oh,
can
yeah, we
sort of
have those moments.
cover each other,
Yes.
cover each other.
Do you remember this? Because I quite don't remember this. Or do you remember like this time period, what went on? So it's helpful. And like she said, with our sister, I mean our parents, writing it down and remembering it, it's a blessing because like we wouldn't know what's going on in some of those photos.
Exactly right. Desiree says she likes to shoot in natural light.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was all those photos that she took were outside the front. So
And she took care of those photos pretty quickly.
yes.
Wow. Has there been any thought to now with this resurgence of Little House on the Prairie and it being 50 and all these shows, the Waltons 50, Gilligan's Island is celebrating 60 years. I mean, the Land of the Lost is celebrating 50 years, and we had Dream of Denver on our show. She's going to come back on soon. She wrote a book, Gilligan's Dreams, the wife of Bob Denver, who played Gilligan. And then, of course, Family Affair, Kathy Garver and all of those folks, Johnny Whitaker and everybody. Land of the Lost, we had Wesley Orr and Kathy Coleman on. Remember Land of the Lost on Saturday mornings on, I think that was NBC. But all of these shows are hitting these milestones now, which is quite amazing. When you were kids, what were shows as you got older, and then into the teen years, shows that you guys liked to watch?
Shannon Doherty on Charmed and 90210.
Those are the
That.
two. Yeah, that's it. And what about some of the old ones like I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched and the Brady Bunch and all of those?
When they were on TV, yeah, we sat down and would watch it.
And some of those shows are celebrating milestones. You'd appreciate this. Barbara Eden, who's, I believe, 91 now, and is a sweetheart of a person. She was at one of those, the conventions, the Comic Cons, like all those kinds of things that a lot of people go to. And she had a 4-hour line, they were saying, which the convention center itself, I believe this was in Providence, Rhode Island, the convention center itself was closing. They were wrapping, but she still had this line, and she stayed for every single person at 90 years old. And there was this super fan who had built a monster replica of the I Dream of Jeannie bottle. I mean, it was from
Wow.
floor to ceiling. And she and her staff had no idea that this was going to appear. I guess they thought she was going to have her booth, sign pictures, autographs, take some selfies, things of that nature. But what happened was when this person came in and wheeled in this monster-sized Genie bottle, the outside was the outside of the Genie bottle. The other half of the Genie bottle was exposed. So it had the beads, it had the couch,
Oh wow.
the whole inside. So what they did was they sort of changed everything on the spot, since this person delivered this gift to them, and they took pictures. Fans were able to take pictures with Barbara Eden, with Jeannie, sitting next to her on the couch in the bottle with her going like this.
That's amazing.
Now, for the super fans, I tell you that they absolutely loved that. And then she stayed again all the way to the very end, signing every autograph and just really embracing that character of Jeannie, which is a beautiful thing, right? It's is there any thought to acting more, going back into acting at all?
Possible.
Maybe.
Trying to get, like, doing interviews like this and being with the fans, it's getting us out of our shells.
Because we're really shy and nervous, and but like she's saying, is getting us out of our comfort shell where we just don't really get out there. So maybe, possibly, Would love to.
Well, I have to tell you, even though that's what's happening inside, what I observed with you guys when you were amongst all of these crowds of people, there was no evidence of the shyness. You guys really worked the room. You had a task at hand, and you were smiling and greeting people and saying hi and laughing with them. And some wanted autographs, some wanted photos, and you guys were on point, on the mark. Whatever was going inside, it was very well controlled, but you wouldn't have known it. So you have this ability, I think, that maybe when you are on set, on screen, or when there's something that has to be done, you sort of have this ability to rise up to the occasion and do what you have to do, as you did at 2.5 years old.
It's our work ethic.
It's the work ethic. Exactly. If you look right there, there's the genie bottle.
I see it barely.
There it is, right there, the genie bottle. Yeah, that's a hand painted version that I got from a dear friend who knew that I always enjoyed that series, and it was a tremendous gift to get. So there might be an opportunity for you guys to come back out on another show or something along those lines, huh?
Possible.
We would love to. Maybe someday in the future we will.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. It is quite exciting to get this fanfare too. It's it can be overwhelming at times, right? I'm sure.
It can. I think in the beginning when we start each day, we kind of get a little nervous, but throughout the day we get like, okay, let's go. Let's get these fans happy. And, we understand that they're waiting for long periods of time and we feel bad, but, we're trying to get them through as anyone would.
Absolutely. What are some other things that you guys like to do that are either together or as individual hobbies, like play an instrument or garden, travel? Are there different things you guys enjoy doing?
We've been our family events. Like we were supposed to be in Tennessee. We ended up going. Since that didn't happen, we went with our parents up to Solvang for a memorial for someone we knew. So we drove up there and for the weekend, all of us.
But over the years, for a while we used to go to line dancing, but that was called the Branding Iron, and San Bernardino actually closed quite a few months ago. But we were going there since 2003 and go line dancing. No, we didn't dance every line dance, but we would go just to get out and do other things. We've gone to other little small things just to get out, and we went to Redlands to go see the Little House on the Prairie musical that the theater was playing. Olin just went last Sunday, so he got to go see it as well. This weekend's the last weekend, so if anyone's in Redlands, California, San Bernardino, California, go buy the tickets online and go see it. It's really good. Actually, our friend's sister plays Ma,
and she was a twin too.
Wow, that is cool. And now, who's putting that on?
Little House.
It's part of Little House.
Oh, Lighthouse or Lighthouse Theater.
Oh wow.
They do a bunch of musicals over the years over the year.
That's fantastic, huh?
It was really good.
Now, would you ever participate in something like that if you guys were asked? Hey, we're doing.
I don't sing. I may hum.
You may hum, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe do some jibber jabbering or.
Sing in the car, but that's about it. But something like that. Possibly. Maybe. It's the fear of being in front of people, but we're doing better at it. So.
But as time goes on, and right, exactly. That's I used to be president of the debate team, college at at my university in New York, and I've done a lot of public speaking over the years, and I've learned that, which to me it's interesting only because the other thing would be the thing I would fear most. But they say when people are interviewed, other than things like snakes and bees and spiders and other stuff, what is the number one thing that a lot of people fear most? And they say it's public speaking. being in front of people and having to just wow the people and keep their interests, not feel like they're judging you or criticizing or overanalyzing you. And the second thing is death. For me, I'm still the death thing for me is still the number
Flying.
one. Yeah, that one is still that's still numero uno as far as fear.
Yes.
But yeah, as time goes on, it just rolls along. And here is the genie bottle. There it is. Kind of cool, huh?
Mhm.
Yes.
Thing weighs a ton. It's a beautiful piece of art and a great gift. So so you're enjoying the ride and life is good and you guys are doing well. Which one of you is the one? Is one of you a foodie? One of you likes to cook? And I know you're looking at each other.
Brother.
It's more of our brother, but
Your brother?
to go eat places when we can.
So like holiday time, is there somebody tasked with like
We
baking the cookies and
My daughter's more of the baker, but we try to do everything ourselves, more together if we can. But it's good to be around family again.
there's nothing better. Exactly right. I want to let folks know too, we've been showing this during the course of the show as well. We welcome everybody new that's watching, and you can see this archived on our YouTube channel in full. Share the levity, come see us again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave a comment, click like if you're enjoying this episode. That helps us grow. But the website that you have too, and there's merch and swag and all kinds of cool things at the website too, right?
Yes.
You can actually order like autographs and photos and we can sign them and send them out. Desiree's artwork is on there as well.
She designed the bookmarks. One's actually going to be the cover of our book coming out. I think she's designing another bookmark that she's in the process, but she also hand paints canvases. It's up on the shelf, but some reason the iPad does not want to go up. It just is focusing on us, but the whole wall has stuff on it that we were trying to decorate for this interview.
We have a whole wall here, and then in the living room is getting done with all of the stuff from the show, from fans that they gave us.
Certain photos that we have. Like we have a couple photos that we took out in Tombstone when we joined Dean Butler for his book signing. The cast and a couple of the hotel staff went and we went and did old Western photo together.
That's incredible. That's really, really cool. Yeah, and to dress in character. And I know some people were doing that too when they were coming to see all of you. And Dean Butler, he dressed in character recently, which was really, really cool to see him. And there's the shot when he and I were together and he was dressed in character. He had the whole thing all set and ready to go. And which is really cool. And for everybody watching our show right now, if you wanted to also see Charlotte Stewart and Allison Arngrim and Wendy Lou Lee and even Karen Grassley, who played Ma, and several episodes with Allison and even Dean Butler. Dean was a guest on our show very recently, and Charlotte Stewart has been here on the Jim Masters show several times as well, and many of your favorites. And now we're blessed by having Jennifer and Michelle, young Rose Wilder ×2, and Highway to Heaven and Airwolf here on the show. And truly a blessing. You guys are hoot. And I really was so happy that we got a chance to meet in person even before you're coming on, and because you were so warm and gracious and kind. And we had such a wonderful conversation and a couple of laughs, and it was really a pleasure meeting you in person. And you're the real deal. And again, that comes from the upbringing, the family, all the experiences, and I think that's refreshing. Hollywood is an interesting place, and when you have people who are people that are authentic and real and care and do things out of the love of it, it's refreshing and it's a beautiful thing. And So really so wonderful having the two of you on the show. And I really hope that you'll come back and see us, spend more time with us. You can see it's warm, it's conversational. The viewers watching live and they comment and we have a good time. It's not, I tell people, don't worry, it's not a 60 minutes drilling. It's not a interview or, like Mike Wallace, were you at the warehouse at 4 a.m. during that fire? It's not, there's none of that. We have a good time. It's free flowing and you guys knocked it out of the park. You did a beautiful, beautiful job. And thumbs up from Dad. So I guess we did it, right? You get thumbs up from Dad. Yes. And Desiree says so many designs and art, so little time.
Exactly.
You do beautiful, beautiful work, Desiree. You really, really do. And yes, very much, David. And your mom's probably watching too, right?
Yes.
They're in the room.
Joanne. Is she operating the camera?
No. We have it on a tripod.
Oh, you do?
Away from it. But no, she's in another room watching it too, I believe, with our dad.
Oh, fantastic. Well, they're all now Jim Masters Show lovities. They're part of our family. They're all part. You guys are
for me.
Yeah, you guys are all part of the family now, and spread the word about our show. As we always say, if you know other folks you think would like to pop on and stop by and say hi, and definitely stay in touch with me. We have all our contact information and keep me posted on things that you're doing. Anytime you want to stop by for a little bit or however long you want. And the book too, keep me posted. We'll have you back. And just want to show you some of the wonderful words coming in from some of our regular viewers and your fans as well. Kathleen Walker in New York City, one of our JMS lovities. She says, thanks, Jennifer and Michelle, for being here. This was such fun hearing all your stories. Take care and continued blessings. And she, a big Little House on the Prairie fan and a very big supporter and fan of our series as well. She's in New York City, and in Arizona, Maureen is here, Maureen Wiedepol, and she says, this has been a wonderful walk back in time. Thank you, ladies, for being with us this evening. And Tommy is here as well, and Tommy Reed says, good evening, all, and the one and only Mr. Jim Masters, King of Hosts. Thank you very much. How do we print this one out so I can put it under my pillow?
Right?
we haven't figured that out yet. Exactly. And a little secret. They are, Desiree, they're behind the wall.
Yes,
They're right back there. Yes. I know. I haven't heard anybody cough or sneeze. Are they holding their breath?
Yes. Probably.
I'm surprised my son hasn't run in.
Oh, we've had that. We've had where kids have run in. We've had where dogs jumped on people's laps. Birds have landed on people's heads. It's funny. Some people, they have their Oscar, their Emmy. Oh, Jim, do you mind if I get up and go get my Oscar? And then we see the celebrity's empty chair. And we have so many episodes where we see the empty chair that I said, what I'm going to do one day when we have time is string clips from all the episodes where we see just the chair and have our viewers guess, do you remember which celebrity sat in that chair?
What episode?
Which episode was that, and which guest was that sat in that chair, the chair next to the piano or what have you? Thank you, sisters, for being here tonight. Jane's watching in Sweden. Awesome, fun, and interesting show. Thanks, Jim. We have an international lovely audience, which is fantastic. Vicky is here. We welcome Vicky to the Jim Masters Show. These girls are the greatest. Love them.
Thank you.
Do you know Vicky?
My son does want to come in.
Oh, good. Oh, great. Do you guys know Vicky? Is she a fan?
I think so. The name looks familiar.
Yeah. Well, Vicky, we're very grateful to have you here on the Jim Masters Show as one of our new viewers, and the ladies are happy to have you here as well. Desiree said she coughed. Jackson does want to go in. Yeah.
Come on, baby. Come on.
So it's Jackson?
Yes.
Oh, I love that spelling too. Jaxon. That's cool. That's cool. How old is Jackson?
He's 5.5. He'll be 6.
5.5. Yeah, tell him we're here. Well, he's welcome to come on.
Is he there?
Where are you? What's that?
Oh, okay, they're coming.
They're trying to find out how they get behind. They're trying to find out how do they navigate coming around the wall.
Come here.
You had an accident with
Oh no.
so it's on the back now.
This is my kiddo. And that's
Desiree.
Hi,
Oh, now you can see
Desiree.
the wall.
Hi.
Hey, Jackson, how are you? I'm Jim Masters. You're on the Jim Masters Show live, and everybody's watching around the world. How are you, Jack?
No.
He said hello, good.
Wow, that's fantastic. This is great. What TV shows does Jackson like to watch, or is he like video games? What does he like to do?
What's your favorite video game?
Mario Brothers.
Sonic.
Sonic
Sonic
the
the
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
You know, that has some staying power too, like Little House on the Prairie, doesn't it? It's been around for a long time.
It's
So Jackson is in school now.
yeah, he's in
Just
kindergarten.
kindergarten. How do you like school, Jackson?
Is it good?
Good.
He's shy like us.
We were watching this on the whole way back. He wouldn't give me back my phone. We just picked him up from school.
Oh, so you guys have been watching this on the phone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did you meet? Desiree, how did you meet? How did you come together with that?
With all of this, my mom went to her first event with all of them in Corsicana in December, and I went with her during that time. That was when we only had the pictures on the table. The next day next event in Simi Valley, we started having bookmarks and everything else, and I started designing everything.
She's been our handler too
Yeah.
at some of the events, and some people think she's our triplet.
Some people thought I was
Yeah.
Rose in Simi Valley.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So obviously it's all in the family, but you've had an opportunity to meet some of the people along the way too, right? And it's amazing to see how the fans react, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
She got to be a fangirl and go meet Patrick.
Yes, I love Heather's. I wanted to meet Shannon, but I also met Patrick out in Simi Valley and got his autograph.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Allergy.
wonderful. Well, he's been holding that cough
Yes.
for a while. Well, you guys, I won't keep you too much longer, but it's wonderful to see everybody. Jackson, it's nice to meet you, Jackson. And
Thank you.
yeah, maybe
Say
we'll
have a
see.
good
Maybe
night.
we'll. What does Jackson like? Does he have an interest? Are there things that he likes in school, like classes and other things?
What is it that you're into at school right now? Building stuff? Making? He's in the Think Together after school and before school program, so he gets to be there from like morning to evening.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
Just say yeah.
Yes.
That's wonderful. That's fantastic. Well,
I
it's
know
all.
he's into art. He always tries
art,
to help me
right?
with the paintings.
Is he a personality? Does he like to?
Oh boy.
Yeah, huh?
Yes.
No.
That's
That's shy.
funny. Well, good thing he's not saying much, because if he was union, this would cost us a fortune.
Right.
You guys are the best. Thanks so much,
Thank you.
Desiree, for all your hard work, and Michelle and Jennifer and Jackson. Hey, Jackson. You got the two J's here, Jim, Jackson, and another J, Jennifer. That's really cool.
That's
Thanks for.
Joanne.
Yes. I can only imagine all the people that are behind that wall. That is funny.
Only three.
Oh, Vicky says, I'm the gal that visited with your mom and see me for
She
hours.
sat with our mom at the end of the table.
That's
That's
Jane
what I thought
watching.
it was.
That's what you thought it was. Jane watching in Sweden says, hi, Jackson. So cute.
Oh,
And-
bud.
Your name's all over it.
Jackson's a star on the Jim Masters Show. And Merlin says hi to Jackson and Desiree as well, welcoming them
Wow.
to the Lovelady family. Thanks for joining us on the show, all of you, the whole group here. It's fantastic. We've got a little house on the prairie going on right here on the screen. These
Yeah,
are the
you
new
can just put
stars.
some Other stuff in the books that our fellow castmates wrote. Desiree's little creations too.
And then Eric's drawing is up there too.
We're still adding.
So this room is like a little shrine almost, with some of the cool items that you've collected over the years, huh?
Trying.
That is awesome.
Sorry.
Well, Jackson and Jennifer, Michelle, Desiree, thanks so much for stopping
you.
by the Jim Masters Show. Again, this episode is archived on our YouTube channel, so you can share it on social media, spread the word, You're welcome back anytime. And we loved having you here. Thanks for the generosity of your time. It was, again, a real pleasure having an opportunity to meet you, Michelle and Jennifer. You were so warm and wonderful. And I'm so glad that resulted in you guys coming on the show and spending time with me and with all of our viewers and many of your fans who are watching now and will watch this later. You are the very best. And I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I have with you.
We had a wonderful thing. Thank you for inviting us on the show, and hopefully we'll do it again.
Absolutely. You're welcome back. You have a new family here, an adopted family here at the Jim Masters Show. And the viewers already called you Lovities. I said that the show has a lot of light, love, and levity. I said that at the beginning of the series. And bye-bye, Jackson. Bye-bye, Jackson and Desiree. I said the show has a lot of light, love, and levity. I said that in the beginning, when the show first started, like 4.5 years ago or what have you, almost 1,200 episodes ago, which is amazing. We've done that many shows. And one time I said it too fast, and I said the show has a lot of light levity. And I said the word levity, and the audience was like, what's this word levity you're saying? I said, I don't know. It slipped out of my mouth. I think it's love and levity together. And then the audience, they dictated to me what was happening from that point. They said, guess what? You're now deemed Mr. Levity. This is Levity Hall. We're your Levity squad. And the guests are part of the Levity family. So the viewers have already dubbed the two of you Jim Masters Show Levities. How cool is that, huh?
That's awesome.
Love and levity. You can't go wrong with it without that. That's right, my friends. You be well. Take care of yourselves. Come see us again. And truly, it was an honor and a blessing to have you with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you, fans. See you soon.
You're welcome. You take care, ladies. Bye-bye now. And thanks to the family and everybody behind the scenes and all the rest. It takes a family. It takes a village. We love you guys, and come see us again, okay?
We will. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
All right, coming to us direct from California, Jennifer and Michelle Steffin from Little House in the Prairie, as well as Highway to Heaven and Airwolf and so much more. And how cool was it to meet Jackson? Yeah. And also Desiree. Really special family there, right? Kathleen says, what a great show. Fun. Thanks, Jim. Nice family. He's so cute. Thanks for all these great comments too during the show, and some of the family members were commenting as well, and super fans and friends of our show and of Little House in the Prairie and of Jennifer and Michelle, and we thank them for stopping by. Wow. Again, this was a Jim Masters Show exclusive to have them here. And again, they were so gracious with their time and told us some behind the scenes stories, yes, but also there's a book that's coming out. We're going to really keep an eye on that. That's quite exciting as they share the time from Little House on the Prairie and all the other things that came with it. Highway to Heaven, they had an opportunity to be a part of, and also Airwolf. And again, I had an opportunity to meet the lovely ladies in person, and they were extraordinary. And Allison, yes, and Dean, I know for those of you super fans, and Charlotte, and Wendy, and Mitch, all fabulous people, right? From Little House in the Prairie. So that was a great episode. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and X, formerly Twitter, at Jim Masters TV. If you enjoyed this episode, certainly let us know. We invite and welcome you to give us a like, thumbs up like on the YouTube channel. We would love that. That helps us grow and reach more people. Share this episode on your social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. This is archived. And leave a comment. What's your favorite Little House on the Prairie episode, or Highway to Heaven, or some other great things that you want to talk back with us on? Feel free to do that. Leave a comment in the comment section on our YouTube channel. And thank you for all of you who support and watch our series and subscribe and all the rest. And if this was your first time watching us, we thank you for stopping by our show as well. Come see us again. We're going to keep the porch light on for you as well. Maureen in Arizona says, another wonderful evening in Lovely Hall. Thank you, Jim. You're simply the best. Thank you very much. And thanks to everybody again for the beautiful birthday wishes. I want to thank everybody for all the lovely cards, the gifts, Crystal Nolan in Connecticut sent us a fabulous box of gourmet chocolates and a beautiful card. We received all kinds of great things, handwritten letters, gifts, cards, text messages, Facebook messages, Instagram, private messages, calls. And thank you for that. The birthday was yesterday, and it's always a blessing sharing it with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the birthday love. I felt the love. And of course, we had a fabulous day with family and friends out and about. Kathleen in New York, have a great night. You too as well. And everybody that is watching our show. And Kathleen says, your gift is on the way soon. You don't have to do that, Kathleen, but thank you very much in advance. Your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time till next time right here on the Jim Masters Show. Don't forget to love one another, take care of one another, and do that for yourself as well. One more time, we thank Jennifer and Michelle for stopping by the Jim Masters Show Live series from Little House in the Prairie, etc. Look for their book coming out soon. We will keep you abreast of that and spread the word about our show. We'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget, you can see hundreds of them all archived and binge watch and have a field day enjoying past episodes, great guests, celebrity friends, and more. Enjoy doing that. Till then, for all of us in our next episode, I'm Jim Masters. Oh, I got to tell you, before I go, something is for those that are watching live, guess what? Remember, I talked about this series a lot. Remember the series on ABC called Family with Christy McNichol and James Broderick, beloved actor who is Matthew Broderick's father, the incomparable actress Sada Thompson, as well as Meredith Baxter Burney and Quinn Cummings and Gary Frank, who played Willie Lawrence. Well, some of the original cast of the series, the epic Aaron Spelling series Family, are going to be with us this Monday. For those watching live, if you're watching this episode 6 months from now, it will have aired. You can binge watch it. But they're joining us here exclusively on Monday. Some of the cast from the iconic, beloved, dramatic series Family are going to be here Monday. That's so cool. I've always enjoyed that series. It really is something special. So a lot of great guests and a lot of beautiful things coming your way here on the Jim Masters Show. Come see us again, gang. We will have another great episode for you coming up. We love you all. Be well. This is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, thanks for being with us. Cheers.